What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eye Bry, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about the Walking Dead universe and the ones who live. Spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead, especially the ones who live. So why do this? Why do this haircut for Jadis, right? We're going to talk about Jadis and a bunch of other things. So it's just a nice discussion topic of the Walking Dead universe, the ones who live, Daryl Dixon, Dead City, all that stuff. So it's kind of like my weekly discussion video. But Jadis has a terrible haircut, and it's tough to take her seriously because look at this thing. There's no reason for it. She looks like Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber. But the funny thing is like, why do this to her? You don't have to have this stupid haircut. You're the only person I've seen, besides men, in the CRM to have this haircut, right? Like Thorne doesn't have it. Any other woman that we've seen in the Walking Dead universe connected with CRM hasn't looked like that. Elizabeth Kublek looks like a regular woman with a nice long hair. And I'm not saying women can't have short hair. Why don't you just buzz it all the way off, right? Sinead O'Connor style. But it just looks like Elizabeth Kublek is talking to Jadis here. And I know that's not Jadis, that's a guy. So it was just kind of funny. The other question is, do you think Elizabeth Kublek could show up? I hope that people from the world beyond do show up because it would be a nice connecting point. Elizabeth Kublek, Silas, something like that. See, like when we saw Isabel, she had a shorter haircut, but not that Jim Carrey Dumb and Dumber haircut. Like it's shorter, but not like this. And I wonder who came up with this idea. Was it the actress? I mean, okay. If she made that decision, it just looks terrible. Like this is bad. This is better. It's still very bad. But she's had terrible haircuts. And I know it's tough in a zombie apocalypse to have good hair and good hygiene. But come on, right? Like other people around them, they look normal. This just looks like some weird cult leader. And I guess you were. So when we saw Jadis on World Beyond, she was clearly in Philadelphia here with Silas. So again, could we see Silas? I hope so, right? I saw World Beyond, and if you did, then you know how it ended, how things were set up, and it just makes me think about a lot of things, and I'm hoping that World Beyond shows up in many more facets. And, you know, the Walking Dead universe usually does a good job with Easter eggs, callbacks, and connections, and there's been several of them so far in the first 2 episodes of The Ones Who Live, but hopefully Silas shows up. My other question is why are the outfits and the gear pretty different? I mean, they're similar, they're all black, they have this, but the helmets are pretty different in each show. Like this was World Beyond, and yeah, they're different people in a helicopter with Elizabeth Kublek, but Rick looks drastically different here. And the uniforms are different, and maybe it's the area, maybe it's just a location for the uniforms and that, but they look pretty different. I mean, on Fear of the Walking Dead, they had to have the gas masks and everything there with the nuclear fallout. But Isabel didn't, and she had a different outfit too. So was it budget? I don't know. But Jadis, when we saw her for the last time on The Walking Dead in season 9, she looked like this. And we're going to see this look again. So they've been playing with time on The Walking Dead, 6 years after the bridge, and then this, and then now, and then here. So they're going to jump around again because we know, again, this is what we saw Jadis look like at the bridge, Rick's last episode. This was filming. She looks very similar to that look. So she was clearly taken back to the CRM or the CRP, the CRM of Philadelphia. And we've been asking this question, like, what is this? So hopefully we'll find out what it was, and they're gonna play with time a little bit more. I don't think this is gonna be in episode 3, maybe episode 4, but you never know. We're gonna see newspapers, we're gonna see a bunch of different stuff, and I'm excited to see, the bigger things that are still left out there that we haven't had answered yet on the show. But another question I have is, do you feel like they're killing off characters way too fast? Like, I think Nat was the biggest death so far. Like, I like this guy. How about you? And he got 1 episode. We could see him again in flashbacks and everything, but I like Nat, and then boop, he dead. Esteban, you better watch out, because we liked you too. And they like to kill off characters, that's for sure, in the Walking Dead universe, but it's skewed in ways that don't make sense. Like Aiden and Bailey, they helped bring Michonne in, and then they just kill them off. They weren't really the big characters by any means. But on The Walking Dead, they kept basically everybody alive. This is Bailey. The redheaded lady is Aiden. And so you're like, man, I don't know what they're doing here. Okafor, I kind of liked him, and it would have been cool to see what would happen there, but his death is probably going to be a catalyst for something. Now, let's talk about Dead City a little bit. They kind of did a similar thing where they brought characters in just to help the main characters do part of the story, and then boom, they were killed off. Like, they served their purpose, and we don't have the budget for you. Now, in Daryl Dixon, a lot of people survived. More people survived than got killed off. So, I don't know what to make of it. It's the Walking Dead universe, and the spin-offs are different, and the shows are the shows, the spin-offs are the spin-offs, the comic is the comic, all that stuff. So we'll have to see if there's going to be any connecting points between the shows, CRM in France, or CRM in this, and the Commonwealth. There's a lot of theories going around, and I'm sure people have tons of videos about them, but right now, they're just theories in my opinion. We just don't know. So the fact that Rick and Michonne found each other pretty quickly at the end of the first episode. So we'll have to see what that means for future seasons and episodes and series and everything like that. But Jadis is clearly the villain. We know that. And we want to know what the arrangement was, the agreement or whatever with Rick and Jadis. And so clearly Rick and Michonne are going to get away. And I'm guessing that Jadis is going to have the task to go after them. Because Okafor is gone. That's not an option. Jadis is going to be the one to have to go out after them because she brought Rick in. And we know that Jadis is going after this truck. And we believe that Rick and Michonne are in this yellow truck from filming and also in the trailers, but there's supposed to be some big chase scene. We're not sure if it's episode 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever, but it's probably an episode coming up, and it should be pretty awesome that we're going to see this stuff to come out because we know some filming news when they were filming last year, and it's kind of cool. And clearly from the trailer we know Michonne is here around the truck, and the big question is, so we see Michonne here, and I believe Rick is in there with her, so they get out. And I'm excited to see what happens. But who does Jadis have her gun pointed at? Is it Rick, Michonne, or is it Thorne? We'll have to see. Can't wait to find out for that. But why do this to Jadis? It's just tough to take this person seriously with a haircut like this. I mean, I guess some people could pull it off, but it just looks pretty bad. And there's been a lot of talk about Gimple having the ideas for other spinoffs, a future spinoff. What does that mean? Is Morgan going to show up in this show? Is Daryl going to show up? Is there going to be connecting points? Who came back in the Daryl Dixon show? There's a lot of talk about it. So I can't wait to find out. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. So it's a good discussion video, kind of wrap up stuff during the week and discuss some things. But thank you guys for the support. We truly appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We truly appreciate all of the support. We can't do it without you guys. Big shout out to my patrons, my members, my subscribers. Either way, guys, stay safe. And as always, tell them Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.